no competition. That's just bad. So there are things in the world that there is no competition required. Just have to go and see. There comes competition sometimes. When you want to buy a car that's blue color, and then there's another car, the same color as a red color, you know, there's no kind of determination of bad and good. It's just a difference in which they're both fine. So blue is for somebody, good for somebody, red is for somebody else. Even there's no competition. So what's the real competition? The real competition is between us and ourselves. I'm competing with myself. Last year I was heavier, this year I'm losing weight. Last year I didn't have enough knowledge, I have more. Last year I didn't have enough activity, this year I have more. So me, I have to compete with myself where I can get to the highest possibility of me. Bob says the meaning of paradise is that a thing, everything, including man, even he says sometimes things, anything that it can reach to its utmost possibility, its climax of existence, he has entered his paradise. He just mentions, for example, it says coal turns into diamond. Diamond could be said that is the paradise of carbon. Of course, you know, coal and carbon has its own use, and diamond is just an example. Therefore, I can be something that no one in the planet can be that. It's where my highest possibility and climax of my existence is. There's no competition between me and anybody else to get there. I shouldn't be worried about it at all. Okay. So the real competition is between us and ourselves, okay? But we look in the Baha'i faith, and in all the religions, I've written some notes I'm referring to. Everything is made out of a pair. The Quran says Zoj means pair, you know, yin yang, Chinese they say. It's just two essentialities, two elements, two forces, two factors. There's the duality. It's a natural thing between proton and neutron. It's between husband and wife. It's between Republican and Democrat. This world of creation works between these two opposite forces. In the Baha'i faith, there's no competition between these forces. Baha'ullah and Abdul-Baha, all of them, they explain this is just to create choices. So we go in a market, we see there's all kind of product. They are fiercely competing because we don't know where I am, what ingredients my body wants, and whatever. When I look at the ingredients factor on this product, so I will get that one. This creation of choices is not the creation of competition. It's the cooperations, the spirit of cooperation, collaborations. Okay. There's a fierce competition between Democrat and Republican in the United States. They go out of ways, many of them. But many of them are very nice with each other, even they accept that they are different and they have to be there. If these two forces are not there, you get a dictatorship. That's all dictatorship is. When there's a single form of government, one party, there's no competition, there's no question, no check and balance in there. In the Baha'i faith, the world order of Baha'ullah, I'll be speaking about this very much later on, it's essentially made out of these two pillars, we call it, universal laws of guardianship and universal laws of justice. These two are not created again to compete with each other. Shoghi Effendi says I've written it here, they supplement each other's authorities and functions. They're supplementary to each other. Because universal laws of justice enact laws and legislate laws. Universal laws of guardianship interpret the book, make it easier for universal laws of justice to enact the laws. One of them cannot do the other one's job. Universal laws of guardianship cannot legislate laws. Universal laws of justice cannot interpret the book. You seem that, oh yeah, why can't? If I can interpret, why can't they do? Just these two offices are made that any Baha'i can interpret. It is not an authoritative interpretation. But universal laws of justice cannot interpret no ways. It's just, the door is locked. So is universal laws of guardianship. They cannot legislate. There are two forces to create balance, but not competition. They're supplementing each other. The truth, of course, this is for balance. The truth, of course, does not have competition. But Baha'ullah is the truth, doesn't have another competition. Competition with him is only going to be the bad one. A person who wants to say that he should not be there or he wants to be over and above him is the same person that he wants to say, no, 2 plus 2 is not 4. Or H2O is not the formula for the water. There's another formula. I'm going to tell you what that is. There is no such formula. It's just the truth is the truth. Baha'u'llah is that single point where God manifests himself through a person that he chooses. Again, the choice of God in having Baha'u'llah as his mirror and his manifestation is not because I am bad. No. It's just that he has the capacity. I don't have that capacity. In fact, I'm so important that he's sending him for me to talk to me. How could I be lower than him? How could I be less than him? How could I be unimportant? Of course I am. That is what Baha'u'llah says. He have come to sacrifice his life, his everything, just for my guidance. So I don't suffer in this life and the life to come. I am the choice of God to be the student. Me, I mean all of us, humanity altogether. But for him, there's no competition. Just the way this nature goes, the alphabet and the order of the nature is that there is God, then there is will of God, and there's prime will become 2, and it goes down. It's like elements. So hydrogen is 1, helium is 2, and goes on to higher element. It's like an alphabet. It goes on. So one cannot occupy the other person's place. There's no 2 point in the universe that can repeat each other. Every point is single up. Bob says, don't even say a pen shouldn't be there. Just a simple pen. Imagine things that pen could have written, could have done, the services that could be drawn by using just a pen. Do not say that it should not be there. It's useless. Nothing is. Everything has its own place. We just have to understand our own place and stop worrying and competing. Often I hear, and I've witnessed myself, unfortunately, even among the Baha'is, because there is only universal laws of justice at the moment, and universal laws of guardianship as the second pair has not come about. The elders of God, which includes myself, initiated it in 2002, but nobody seems to be aware of its use and why it should be there. Therefore, there's a single point of reference, and that's universal laws of justice. And because of that, lack of balance, a real competition, the two forces, like a mother and father. Mother and father are not competing. Each one of them are for something different. Same as the Baha'i administrations, the world order of Baha'u'llah. There's 2 pillars. But because one of them is not there, it seems the Baha'is are a single-parent child. They're like orphan. And they're all getting around their father, and they want to get there to the universal laws of justice. I heard horrific stories from my own nieces and nephews and others, that they were at the Holy Land in Israel, and the competition was so fierce between the Baha'is there. They were backbiting each other. They were doing all kind of things because they were trying to get closer to universal laws of justice, to have the attentions. You know, when you look at it, beyond this, it might be a great intention that I want to get closer to God. But the price could not be that I'm going to kill my brother so I can get there by myself. This is where Baha'ullah says, you know, you are oblivious, he says, negligent you are. If you want to excel and take an advance over your own brother. This is where it's wrong. Because children, they might compete. But mother of these children does not look at any one of them that it should not be there. Mother has, let's say, 10 children, 5 children. She loves them all, even the one that's handicapped, even the one is crazy, even the guy is probably criminal. She is so sorry, so worried, so disturbed and perturbed by the attitude of the bad ones. But nevertheless, in her heart, she can't distinguish between her children. If we know this, God is not less than our mother, or our father, or the one we love. So how could he distinguish a difference between me and that junkie down in the downtown Toronto? I dare tell you that no way he will. He's only sorry that he's there, the junkie. And he's expecting me to go and fix him if I could. He says, you want to serve me, Abbas? Go help another person. Bring him up. Teach him.